Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the Road to Ultimate Champion League with the 3.0 Xbow cycle deck. Also, just want to say a special shout out to all of you channel members. A lot of people have joined recently. I think we just reached 15 members on the channel, so special shout out to all of you. Really appreciate your continued support. Really means a lot to me. If you guys would like to join as a channel member to get my Clash Royale friend links and exclusive videos here on YouTube, link is in the description below. Anyways, getting right into our first match against a Korean player. Going to be going for Ultimate Champion League, so since it's quite a big step up from Royal Champion to Ultimate Champion, I believe there's like 11 games total or something. I usually do split it up into a two-part series here on the channel every season, where I do a Road to Ultimate Champion, where I get the first half of the steps down, and then I do the second part, which is, getting Ultimate Champion itself. So yeah, just going to be going for Road to Ultimate Champion right now. Let's get right into the matches. So we do see Valk, Firecracker, Hoggy Q, looking like a pretty classic version of it. Going to go for Skeletons for the Firecracker. And okay, that actually doesn't even activate King. That's my bad. Oops, although Firecracker thankfully does not hit the tower. Ever since they buffed the first hit, I believe it was, or the range, whatever it was, Firecracker's a bit different now. It's a bit more difficult to activate King unless you're like more cognizant of its timing and everything. So for me, I'm not 100% used to it, as you guys can tell. Obviously, I mess up the King Tower activation, but yeah, Hoggy Q is going to be kind of a tough matchup. I know a lot of people ask how to play against this matchup and also might struggle against it, so hopefully this helps you guys with how to play it. So I'm just going to be playing really passively and single to start things out. Unless he cycles a Valkyrie, which he actually does, I'm probably going to go in opposite lane because he just went for a Valk, and it's like one of the main tanks for the Xbow. I'm going to Knight to predict the Tesla because he does have a building, yeah, Tesla or Cannon, but most likely Tesla because I know this deck. And then I'm going to try and cut the Valk out of Xbow range with the Skeletons. This is a play I love to make, as you guys can see. This placement does pull anything out of Xbow's targeting range, which allows you to get a small lock. And just like that, I'm able to get about 1,000 damage, taking his tower down to below 3,000 HP. So really nice stuff. Just because, again, that one trick where you can kite something out of Xbow range. It's really easy to do it with the cycle cards, either Skeletons or Ice Spirit. But you can even do it with a logging it out of range, or even Knight if you want. Gonna Xbow again. Wow, he goes for Valk the back. Didn't really learn his lesson from last time, I guess. That's going to be a really nice connection, I think, because I just have to log this hog back last second. Second big trick of the day, as you guys can see, if you log something back last second, they don't expect it, you'll be able to get a lock because they won't really be anticipating you to log it early. So just like that, my opponent's cycling super aggressively, trying to get back to another hog, but I can easily defend it just by getting back to a Tesla anti-EQ placement. Just like that, we got a huge punish with two really nice plays. Number one, cutting the Valk out of Xbow range. Number two, log last second, and we just got pretty much a free win now. Or not really a free win, but some nice tricks to help get the win, I guess. Just gonna log the Fire Spirit plus Firecracker back. Already back to a Tesla for his hog. And I mean, this isn't the optimal Tesla placement. You technically have to play it one more tile lower if you want to have the most optimal Tesla placement, pull the hog as far as possible. But for me, it's just easier muscle memory wise to place a Tesla like that, at the top, because it's just easy to drag it down there. But yeah, just gonna Fireball the Valk and spell cycle at this point. I mean, his tower is down to 1,000 HP. There's no chance he's ever gonna break through if I defend well. There's no way he can spell cycle to get back in the game. Goes for a very interesting Tesla. I don't know what that was all about. But I think we are probably fine here. Just going to defensive Xbow, and then it should pull the hog over. I can also log the Firecracker back if I need to, although Xbow should take it out. So I think I don't even need to. Yeah, I don't. And I can pretty much just continue to spell cycle, so log cycle, and just kind of chill. Okay, I tried to get the Tesla with my log. Sadly, didn't really work out. Also thought maybe my Xbow would help out against it, but looks like it didn't. Also, just taking the Fireball value again on that Firecracker. Really no idea why my opponent's giving it to me. And I'm going to go for Archer's Ice Spirit and log on this hog. This should... Actually, I'm already back to a Tesla. I wasn't expecting to be back that soon, but really nice quick cycling, and I actually do prevent all damage from the hog. I thought I would probably have to defend that with maybe just Archer's Knight, but then I saw Tesla was like next up in cycle, so might as well just go for it. Although I kind of screwed my cycle over now because he's probably going to go Valk hog at the bridge again, and then I'm not back to a Tesla right away. Going to defense Expo this time because, again, not back to a Tesla, so might as well. And then Archer's just DPS down the hog because I would like to, obviously get some damage on it. Don't want to take any hog hits. Firecracker goes opposite lane, so don't really have to worry about that whatsoever. I can literally just ignore it. Fireball tower. Actually, might as well activate King just for fun. Make up for the first time I messed up the King activation, so that is the timing you guys want to go for. I'm just going to log this hog back, and yeah, that's just going to be a Fireball log range. Actually, I should have just logged on the tower. Not sure why I logged on defense, but sometimes, even though I'm, have the game in the bag, I like to just defend and, practice, perfect defense. For example, that log was a good defensive play, even though you could just spell cycle to finish the game, I guess. I just do that sometimes, but yeah, nice win against Hoggy Q. Hopefully helps you guys with the matchup. Let's get into the next one. Alright guys, for our next match against Amaya, let's see what he's going to be running here. Just going to see what's up. Give him good luck as well. Split archers first play as he splits archers himself, so this is looking like literally anything at this point, because I mean archers are so broken in the meta. Literally everyone is playing archers, so it really doesn't tell me too much. But I'm gonna go for an Xbow because I feel like it. Knight as well, just to predict. I tried to say protect and predict at the same time, but I guess both count. Number 1 to protect my Xbow, number 2 to predict whatever he wants to play. We do get a small lock there actually, so he goes for a super late poison, extremely late, not really good poison in my opinion, because now not only does screw his cycle over, but also I can, I mean that Xbow didn't even need to be poisoned, so like I don't know what that was about to be honest, but I mean we take those. So now I could maybe Xbow again, although it might also be good to split archers first, just because I do have, maybe I can force something out and build up an advantage that way, like say he goes knight the back or something. I think splitting archers would be better than just going for an Xbow. Goes for a mortar, gonna go for a knight opposite. Okay, I'm probably gonna Xbow. Okay, actually he goes for archers as well. I love that play where you know, go Xbow opposite lane. I think here I can't really do that though. I'm gonna Tesla as well just to take the mortar out, and it'll also help take the Dark Goblin out after. So it's gonna be mortar cycle. For some reason he has Dark Goblin and archers. Usually you only see one in a deck. Also doesn't really make sense to have a Dark Goblin in my opinion if he doesn't have like log bait elements in the deck, which he definitely doesn't. I mean archers are technically classified as log bait in a way, I guess, because they almost had a log, but not really in the same way as, you know, Goblin Gang, Guard, stuff like that. On that note, I actually haven't seen guards like at all recently. I wonder what happened to them. I guess it's a Golden Knight, maybe making them fall off out of the meta, but like guards are a really strong card in my opinion, and they're just not used at all. I guess I'm not really sure why. I'm gonna defense or offensive Expo rather though, because that was a huge commitment on his end. Log the knight out of Expo range. Looks like I didn't even need to do that. Also, Ice Spirit, let one archer lock on a tower first, because if you guys didn't know, archers will take an Ice Spirit out, I think even if played at point blank range, so you do have to be a bit careful about that, because like archers are just really broken right now, so that's why I let one archer lock on the tower, and then when Ice Spirit to counter both, that's kind of the play you have to make. So just have to be aware of those small micro little interactions, I guess. And then one archer is going to help out against this miner, so I can definitely go in once more and just keep the pressure up as always. Got a knight to protect my Expo, of course, and then I think I might as well just fireball this mortar. Also log on the knight plus archers just because I can, and this should definitely be a lock, I think, because he doesn't really have anything good in hand. Unless he goes defensive miner. Okay, he goes miner, doesn't even go in the right spot. I predicted there, because if they miner in the leftmost corner, like top left corner of the tower, it does take the Expo's targeting, but my opponent goes miner in the back. Super misguided play, I would say, because he still had the Expo to worry about and just went for a miner, like didn't really get any value, and just way too aggressive. So really nice win against Mortar cycle. I guess Mortar miner poison, but a very interesting version. No champions, which is a very welcome sight, because I mean, usually they're all playing Mighty Miner at this point, but I mean, we take those. Really nice win against pretty straightforward matchup, I would say. I mean, usually Mortar Miner is more complicated than that, but you can definitely win really early against less experienced players too. So let's get right into the next match. Alright guys, final game against a Chinese player. Let's see what he's going to be running here. We're going to give him the good luck, and then Ice Spirit the bridge starting play. What I love to do with Expo in general with this deck is Ice Spirit to start things out, because it's just a very solid, one elixir cheap play. There's really no risk whatsoever in going for an Ice Spirit up the bridge first play. Okay, goes for Skeleton Barrel. Going to go Skeletons to take the cannon cart out. Okay, I have to Knight as well, and then log once the Skeleton Barrel pops, so I notice I waited for the second Skeleton Barrel to pop too, just because I wanted to clear everything out with my one log, even though I did take some chip with the Skeleton Barrel skeletons, like taking damage or damaging my tower. It was definitely worth it to wait, because if I logged the first Skeleton Barrel only, it wouldn't have been good at all. Anyway, we're going to offensive Expo opposite. He's not back to his cannon cart either, so that was not the best giant skeleton, I would say. Mini P.E.K.K.A. should be able to be taken care of with this set of skeletons. Also going to Ice Spirit just because I do want to maximize this Expo connection, like literally why not. And then I think Knight to protect my Archer is actually a better play than Knight after letting the Archer die. Just because archers are so broken right now, honestly. Like I've been saying, and a lot of people have been saying, actually lots of people want Archers to get emergency nerfed. That obviously isn't happening, but they are probably getting nerfed the next balance changes. If they wouldn't, that would be amazing, obviously, for Expo. But also the meta is pretty bad, because I mean archers are everywhere and they're a good Expo counter too. But yeah, like I think Knight to protect the Archer was the play there, instead of letting the Archer die then going Knight. I mean, either way, archers are great, so I think any situation involving archers, just, you know, get value with them and protect them. It goes for a Mother Witch to the back. Very interesting play. This definitely looks like a clone. I mean, it is already a clone deck. I've already like see in a clone, but it's definitely like one of those typical clone decks, you know, Mother Witch, Skeleton Barrel. Sometimes they have Flying Machine. He has a Baby Dragon in here. Gonna Ice Spirit Skeletons. Notice the Skeletons placement, by the way, it does split the Skeletons up, so it takes 2 Baby Dragon hits, and just like that, you can full counter Baby Dragon with the Ice Spirit plus Skeletons. Actually, not sure if Archer's DPS'd down before or not, but either way, pretty much full counter, or as close to it as possible. Archers will take care of this Skeleton Barrel. Gonna Expo opposite and then predict the cannon cart with Skeletons. I'm 2 off Knight, so gonna get back to a Knight as well. Yeah, nice prediction, get a Knight as well, just because I don't want to let him build up a huge push. I could have like defensive expoed maybe, but I just didn't want to let him build up a massive push, so that's why I kind of just took care of everything. And tried to go offensive opposite lane. Gonna Skeletons here, pull this giant skeleton into my archers. There should be a small lock in the left, I believe. Goes for a fireball, but yeah, nice. Pretty much just forcing out Elixir with that Expo, force out the fireball and Baby Dragon, definitely worth it. Then I can just Ice Spirit for the Baby Dragon, and I mean, I can pretty much just be flexible with my offense. I can go in both lanes. Right here, there's no point going offensive Expo because I don't have a Knight in cycle for his cannon cart, and I'd rather just Knight the back for this giant skeleton in the back, so this time I'm just gonna defensive Expo and chill. Gonna stack archers again. I don't think he actually has a response to my stacked archers, so he really can't do much. Gonna fireball everything, lots of fireball value. Even if he didn't clone, that was a lot of fireball value, but because he cloned, he gave me even more technically, so I mean, we take those. Gonna Ice Spirit to protect this archer. I could technically go in, I guess, but I don't think there's a point, just because, yeah, he's already back to giant skeleton. We'll be back to a cannon cart soon. Better just play it safe, I would say. And I mean, there's no rush whatsoever. I mean, in a matchup like this, I pretty much already won, because if I just defend perfectly the whole game, like, there's pretty much no chance for him. So there's no point risking anything and being aggressive. I think it's best to just, you know, play it safe and just chill. Now I'm going to go in, though, because, okay, I thought I had a Knight coming down. I guess I don't. Knight decided to abandon me and just walk to the other lane, but going to go Archer's DPS down this mini P.E.K.K.A, and this should pretty much be GG, I think, because Archer's DPS so well. Okay, never mind, Giant Skeleton is definitely not getting taken care of anytime soon, but I'm still going to try. Going to lock the Skeleton Barrel back. Ice Spirit for the Giant Skeleton. Fireball the Mother Witch. It should be a tiny lock, as tiny as it is. Yeah, I get about 300 or so damage, so that Fireball is definitely worth it, because if you think about it, I technically Fireballed the Mother Witch plus the tower, because I took the Mother Witch out, but I got more damage than a Fireball on the tower, because my Expo got like a tiny lock, so I don't know if that explanation really made sense, but that's why, in my opinion, that was a justified Fireball in that moment. Also, just Fireballs my Expo, that's fine. I can pretty much, again, just chill and triple, and just spell cycle him out if I need to, but I don't even need to. Like, I can literally just defend until tiebreaker. Something I feel like a lot of beginner Expo players aren't really used to is, like, serious patience. Like, you have to know that Expo is a deck that can last until overtime, and oftentimes will last until overtime, and even might last until tiebreaker very often. I'm going to Fireball the cannon cart because he gave me a Fireball. He gives a good game. I don't know if he's actually going to give up or not, but I pretty much just have to get back to 2 Fireballs. I think that's actually just 2 logs and a Fireball, so I'm just going to go for the spell cycle now. But yeah, like I was saying, like, you pretty much have to be able to be patient and wait till tiebreaker if you need to, because, I mean, I see lots of people just being super aggressive with Expos, and it usually is their downfall. It's just a little tip for you guys. Anyways, nice win against Clone there. Let's get into the next one. Alright guys, against Eric El Grande here, 2 more wins until I'm halfway up, I believe, so let's just try and get an undefeated video again. I've had a few undefeated videos in a row so far, the Grand Champion video and then the Royal Champion video. I have like 3 or 4 losses, I think. Okay, goes for Golem first play. Have to give him the sarcastic well played, of course, because Golem first play, of course, I applaud. The skill level goes for Phoenix. I'm just going to let this go, I think. I could go Skeletons if I wanted to, but I think there's no point because I'd rather just... I've learned my lesson, basically, in this situation. I think it's best to just let the Expo die. He technically got a +2 trade on my Expo with that Phoenix, so I think it's best to just let it go and focus on full defense. So we're going to Knight for this Golem plus Lumberjack. This should be a pretty easy defense, I think. Knight should take care of the Lumberjack. I think I can log if I need to. Okay, definitely need to because Lumberjack's just barely alive, so nice log. Goes for a pump. Okay, I'm down Elixir. I definitely can't Expo because, I mean, number one, don't even know what his deck is. Like, you could have a counter to the Expo that it's just going to be a waste of 6 Elixir. Plus, I'll be down so much after going for an Expo and ignoring his pump, and if it doesn't even work out, I'll just be screwed. So I think definitely worth it to just Fireball the pump there, even though I'm going to be down Elixir a little bit. If he goes Golem, he goes Barbarian, gonna split archers, I think, and then if he goes for something like 4 Elixir in the back, I could Expo. Okay, an Expo opposite, actually. I feel like I can, because that's not even an Expo range, actually, so I think definitely worth it. Yeah, that's a lock. Gonna Skeletons, actually, and I could Ice Spirit too for the Phoenix. Is it worth it? Probably not worth it, because, again, I do need to conserve Elixir for the Golem defense, plus I just split archers, so I don't exactly have the best defense. Although, I did just get a nice, clean stoppage of that Golem. I think I tried to go Knight to protect my archer there, because, again, like I was saying in that Giant Skeleton match, where I went knight to protect the archer against the giant skeleton. I think it's worth it to protect archers now because they're so broken, but sadly misplaced by like 0.5 tiles or something. Anyways, though, it should be fine. We get a nice defense there. Got way more damage than he did, and I'm probably going to predict something in the back with an Xbow here. Oh, it goes for a pump. Perfect. So now I just have to protect this Xbow with everything I have and just get a lock. Like, goes E-Barbs. Going to protect this Xbow 100%. Knight is back, and then I can Ice Spirit for his Bar Barrel. Misplaces Bar Barrel as well. Not the perfect placement at all. And that's just going to be a lock right there because he can't do anything. I mean, I'm down Elixir right now because he has a full pump on the board that I ignored, but I took the tower. That's the most important part, I would say. Especially because goes for a pump when there's 36 seconds left. That is definitely the wrong play. Speaking of wrong plays, it might be bad to fireball that pump, but I think it's worth it just because, I mean, why not? I guess I have to cycle something anyways. But yeah, he really has no time whatsoever. He has to go on the bridge right now, which is not really great. I could technically troll and like Tesla up high, but I think it's a bit risky. I'd rather just play it safe and defend. There's no way in hell I'm going to defend this push though, because he's up like 15 elixir. The thing is, there's not enough time for him, so it's pretty much going to be a good game. Even though there definitely wouldn't have been a way to defend this. Like, maybe if I fireball everything, it would have been okay, but like raging E-Barbs plus everything is just too much, so yeah. But I mean, I knew that I didn't need to fully defend that because the game was pretty much over already, so we take those. Really nice win against Golem Pump. Let's get into the final match of the video. Alright guys, into our final match, hopefully, assuming I win, against Yogui. Gonna give him the good luck and see what's up. Gonna Ice Spirit to start things out, as always. Very nice starting play. I think he had double princes on his banner. Would be interesting to go against. Gonna Skeleton, then log. I could log first, but I'm gonna Skeleton so that the Tombstone depletes a bit more. Then I can log a bit more, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't think there's too much of a difference, but yeah, I just like doing that. Tombstone plus Baby Dragon. Oh, please let this be Splashyard. Splashyard's like one of the easiest matchups for Expo, and I never see it anymore. But I love it so much. Like, it's a matchup I'm super good at, and one that is super good for Expo in general. So, you know, those two things combined makes me really enjoy any match. So, yeah, hopefully it's Splashyard. We see the Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon, and Bar Barrel so far. Looking like it could be. Okay, Valk. Oh my god, I think it is Splashyard. With the Valk, even better. Not even champion like Skeleton King. Although Skeleton King really isn't an issue whatsoever for Expo. Gonna log this Valk back. Actually, Skeleton King is like kind of nice because you can abuse a champion cycle, but I mean Valk is really good too because they don't even have a knight. Like, they don't have a cheap defense for Expo. Valk is 4 elixir. It's just really bad against Expo, to be honest. So as a Splashyard player, at least. Anyway, we do force out the Baby Dragon, Tombstone, and Ice Wiz, and Bar Barrel. So force out a ton of elixir with that Expo. And that's why I didn't even commit to it. Like, I could have if I wanted to, but I felt like I probably couldn't have without losing like a lot of damage, or without sacrificing a lot of elixir, which might not even have worked out. Really aggressive NATO on my opponent's end. He does get 1 Baby Dragon hit for it, but at what cost, I guess. And if he Tombstones this, I'm going to Fireball. Okay, just going to split Archers, and I can probably Expo again, because he's down to Elixir 100% after that Tornado play. Yeah, he's down to Elixir, he's not doing anything, and I just split Archers, so I'm up at least 3 Elixir. Going to go for an Expo. That's another Elixir counting trick for you guys, by the way, because, like, a lot of people ask me how do you count elixir, but like for example right there, I split archers and he didn't play anything and was already back at 10. That means I'm at least up 3 elixir, right? Because he didn't play anything and I was able to get back to 10 after playing 3. So that's just, you know, quick math, I guess, like really easy way to gauge your elixir. So usually it's based on what cards you play, timing as well, not only just counting exact elixir. Like a lot of the time, especially in double and triple, I don't have an idea of how much elixir my opponent exactly has. Like, does he have, you know, 5, 6, whatever? I don't really know. I just know if I have a general sense of if I'm up or down. I have a general sense of if they just committed a ton in one sequence. Also nice. I love like Fireball cycling in this matchup because it forces them to play aggressive right here. Like he goes Graveyard, Valk, Poison. That is 13 elixir. There's no way he's going to stop this. Gonna Knight to predict the Baby Dragon. Gonna Skeletons for the Bar Barrel too, and that's going to be a good game. So usually you don't want to just keep spamming Expos in this matchup. You want to, you know, Fireball cycle and maybe set up Teslas, and then just like that, you'll usually prompt them, at least the less experienced player, to go super aggressive. Like he went Valk, Graveyard, Poison. There was no way that he was ever going to defend the Expo push because of that play. So just really nice. 1 Fireball and Tombstone was all it took. And again, like Expo is a very patient deck. You want to get the perfect Expo at the perfect timing. That time I kind of just baited my opponent into playing like a bad aggressive play. He did fall for it, so he went in, and we just were able to get a huge lock and just get a nice win. So yeah, really nice win against Splashyard. One of my favorite matchups to go against ever. I love that matchup so much, especially when he has Valk and not even Champion. That's going to be halfway up Royal Champion League, guys. Road to Ultimate Champion, successful. Now I'm like 5 or 6 wins away from Ult Champ. Undefeated video again. Next video is going to be Ultimate Champion itself, hopefully. As you guys can see, my last video was the Royal Champion one, and the one before that was the Grand Champion one. So yeah, just really nice undefeated win streak right now. That's going to be for the video though. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.